AM 1460, the new WXBR. You are listening to the Metro South Morning Show. Peter Zimbo and Mike Pava here with you on this Friday morning. Special thanks to Chris Butler of the Waitresses for joining us in our first segment this morning. And Mike, continuing on, today's program unintentionally is somewhat of a musical special, I think, that we could call.
We're keeping it all together.
We're keeping it all together. Still to come later on this morning, Joey Kramer from Aerosmith is going to chime in and call on the program. But before we get to Joey Kramer from Aerosmith, we have a band in studio equally as legendary as Aerosmith in these parts, at least. We have a musical group consisting of members of the Brockton City Council. We have the Council Chords in studio. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
First off, I will ask, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9 people in the studio, not including myself, so we have 10 people in this little room right now. Why don't you guys just introduce yourselves and tell us who exactly is in the room, and I will acknowledge to our listeners that amongst these 9 guests, we have 3 microphones. So we'll start off with you, Mr. Cruz.
I am outgoing City Council President Tim Cruz. It's been my pleasure to work with you.
All right, well, let's talk into the microphone as we talk into it. All right.
Outgoing City Council President Tim Cruz. Thank you very much.
Tim Cruz in studio.
Ward 2 City Councilor Tom Monahan.
Tom Monahan, Ward 2, the actual ward that we're in right now.
The studio is in, that's right.
City Councilor at Large Jay Stewart.
Jay Stewart.
Anthony Donegan, School Committee.
Tom Brophy, Council at Large.
And then we've got some other folks in here as well.
Bob Sullivan, Council at Large.
Bill Conlon, former police chief and now the CEO at the Boys and Girls Club.
And we've got the legal beagle here.
Paul Studensky, Ward 4.
Paul Studensky, and then we have someone with absolutely no political experience in here, to my knowledge, but he is a man who has played a significant role on the frequency of AM 1460 for 30 years prior to new ownership here at AM 1460, new WXBR, and we're glad to have you back on the program. We could probably do an hour with just you someday, and we're going to do that someday, not today. Jim Larkin. Jim, good morning.
Peter, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. Jim Larkin might be the backbone of the Council Chords from a musical perspective, I would think, just from listening to the rehearsals.
Didn't take a lot.
Well, we're also missing the reason that we started this group, and that's Todd Petty.
Well, let's talk about how this group started. Todd Petty not here. How did the Council Chords come to be? Because I think this is rather unique. City council members, former city council members, those involved in city politics getting together in a nonpartisan environment playing music. How did this come to be?
Well, we were at the Council on Aging St. Patrick's Day party, and Todd came in. It was my first year on the council, and I saw Todd come in with the guitar, and I said, "Oh, I didn't know you played the guitar, Todd." He goes, "Well, I've been taking lessons," and I said, "Oh, that's nice." I goes, "What are you going to play?" He says, "Danny Boy." I said, "How long you been taking lessons?" He says, "Oh, a few weeks." I goes, "You're going to play Danny Boy?" He goes, "Yeah." So I just said to him, "Well, let me hear a few chords. Let me hear you do it." Needless to say, I said, "You're not doing Danny Boy." So I ran over to Timmy Cruz. I goes, Tim, he thinks he's going to play Danny Boy and attack that song. I said, "We got to stop him." So Timmy...
So we did. We actually went up and helped him out, and he was dying. It's a good thing the Council on Aging is down near Sampson Funeral Home because he was dying. So we decided to help him, and then we got a couple of calls from people who said, "Hey, can you come to this event and play for us?" So really what we've done is any of the councilors, we've just said, whenever you can make it, every council is welcome. Tony got elected to the school committee and jumped in and helped us out. And actually we went to Bill Conlon because he can actually sing and asked him to join us. And then we heard the music and said we need Jim Larkin too. So
yeah, and you know how that came about? Came about as a result of WXBR because I was doing my 30th anniversary show. I invited the Council Chords on. I invited a lady named Kathy Harry, and I invited a guy I used to sing in a band with 40 years ago. He didn't show up, so here I am with my 12-string guitar and my banjo. So when these guys were singing, I was playing the banjo behind them, and Tom Monahan said after the show, you got to join up with us, and that's the way it's been since. It was Tom's idea.
I have a good idea once in a while.
Thank God for occasional ideas.
And by the way, that room was smaller than this room, and we had more people in there.
And there was mold on the walls, too.
The asbestos was just falling down around us. It was amazing.
The hole was so the mice could hear.
Yeah, a much healthier environment here at the new studios of AM 1460 on a 250 Belmont Street. Since the inception of this group, how many shows have you guys played? How often do you guys play shows? Where do you gig?
Well, we're actually asked to come to different events. I don't know why.
Once.
And we keep coming back. But we just, when we practice when we can. I mean, rarely now. It's kind of hard to get these guys together and do some practice, and usually just drink beer and eat pizza. But other than that, we have a good time. Well, I'm sorry, Stud. And we also Stud is our harmonica player over there, and Tony plays the guitar, Jim plays the guitar and banjo, I play the guitar, and Todd plays the guitar. So
I thought you were indicating that he does not drink beer and eat pizza at first. I was like, oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I've never seen the pizza.
Well, he's a little secret eater. You to watch him. But so actually, like the Council on Aging has asked us to come back. We had the church on Pleasant Street, the UCC down there, asked us to do something for St. Patrick's Day last year. We just actually have fun. They like us because we insult each other and we have fun, and we just they like to laugh at us.
People like it when you guys insult each other, I've noticed.
We make the other acts look good. We're kind of like the traveling Wilburys without Maury Orbison or the talent.
You guys are troubadours. Just a collection of troubadours going from place to place here in the city of Brockton. Once again, we're chatting with the Council Chords here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. We've got almost as many members of the group in this room right now as Earth, Wind, and Fire, but perhaps not as much talent as Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay.
Much more.
So, yeah, more talent. There you go. So we've got more than just guitar players here. We've got guitar players, vocalists, banjo players. Is that all the instruments that consist of the Council Chords?
And then the harmonica as well.
And a harmonica. And when did you guys become like a real band? When did this go from something of just doing it for fun, which I guess you're just doing it now? You're not a real band? You guys have pics with your logo on it. I mean, that makes it real enough to me.
No, that was 75
That's why the tax rate has to go up. You know how much those cost?
I don't know how much they cost.
Monahan paid for them all, so.
That's right. I paid for them. Cost me $30. That was our big investment.
They'll have T-shirts soon, and they'll have the calendars. They'll have
waiting for the groupies.
They're waiting for the groupies. They're waiting outside, actually. Yeah.
Council Chords coffins, like the Kiss.
Like the Kiss coffins, absolutely. This could be a whole...
they want to put us in it.
You guys will have your own line of coffee soon enough, like Joey Kramer, who's coming on later on the program.
Was he afraid to come on with us? He was a little
Joey
intimidated,
Kramer does not know that he's on with the Council Chords this morning. We'll be sure to let him know of the musical royalty that he is a part of here on this program.
We'll make sure we give him some tickets, free tickets.
You know what? I'm sure he'll take you up on that offer. Once again, we're joined by the Council Chords here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. You guys get asked to play from place to place. We asked you to play. So you guys are going to play some songs for us this morning, correct? And what do you have in store for us this morning? It is the holiday season, so I imagine there's a holiday flair to this.
Yeah, we're just going to do 3 or 4 of our Christmas songs we normally do. Like Holly Jolly Christmas, Silver Bells, Christmas in Kalani, and what else?
Blue Christmas?
Oh, Blue Christmas.
What is your favorite song to play, holiday or non-holiday?
Favorite song?
What's our national anthem?
Well, we have the national anthem of the city council, which actually is what's the name of the song?
The Wild Road.
Oh,
the
Wild
Irish,
Road,
the Irish song.
Well, you guys can play that this morning as well. We're not going to hold that against you.
Well,
By the way, the last time I listened to BET this early, or XBR, was Doc Jones had me up doing. Only some of these guys remember Doc Jones.
So what you're saying is that you have not listened to us
Actually,
since Doc Jones?
I do listen to you
Okay,
guys.
wow.
I said BET, didn't I?
You
Not
did
XBR.
say BET. Wow. He
Hey,
covered himself
catch him.
well. He covered
that's
himself
why he's
well.
a great president of the city council.
Plus, we're not usually singing this early in the morning.
No, hopefully the voices.
Hopefully the voices do make it this early in the
The
morning.
listeners, hopefully they'll give us cut us a little slack because this early, it's a little tough on us.
When did Doc Jones pass on, by the way? Do you know?
Oh, that's got to be 25 years ago,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
He
Doc-
used to fly into the airport, which was in Campello.
Doc Jones still a legend in these parts. You still
Oh, yeah.
hear that name mentioned here on AM 1460. Before my time, but I got to work with Charlie in his latter years here, and we like to keep the history alive here in the AM 1460 frequency of live and local talk, and we have local talk this morning, and it is live. Wink, wink.
As a kid, the best thing I heard Doc Jones say was, "No schools, all schools in Brockton today."
The one we usually hear is he used to say, "and a half a pint of milk" at the end of every lunch report.
Yeah.
We don't give out the lunch anymore. There's like a million choices for these kids. No one's listening for the lunch. We determined on day
That's right.
one.
That's right.
All right. Well, we're going to step aside for a quick break, and when we return, Mike, do we have all the equipment ready for the profusion of people in here for
Ready
this live
to
performance?
go. Ready to go.
All right, we're going to step aside for a quick break. Mike's going to do a local news update. While he's doing that, we're going to set up all this equipment. We come back, the Council Chords performing live in studio here on the Metro South Morning Show, PM in the AM. AM 1460, the new WXBR. Peter Zimborn and Mike Pava still here with you on the Metro South Morning Show, PM in the AM. Remember to follow us on Twitter at PM in the AM Boston. Like us on Facebook, PM in the AM, the Metro South Morning Show. And the best place where you can hear archived interviews and segments from the show, including this one, is available at youtube.com/PM in the AM Boston. And if you were listening before the local news update, courtesy of Mike Pava, in studio today we have the Council Chords, city council members, and political aficionados, if you will, in the Brockton area who perform music. They're going to play some holiday songs for us this morning. So without further ado, we have the Council Chords.
All right. We do start it off a little Holly Jolly Christmas, right? Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Ho, ho, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, just her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, oh, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year.
All right, gentlemen, that was great. What else do you have for us this morning? What's our next number?
You really want us to do another one?
Yes, we do. We want you to do a few more,
Actually, we're
actually.
being escorted out by now.
It's all downhill from here.
Well, you know what? That makes train wrecks makes for good radio.
Well, we're glad to help you out.
All right. Well, thank you for helping us out. Take it away again.
Okay, a little rocking around the Christmas tree. Ready? Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see, every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Hey.
Oh, keep it down, keep it down.
Hey. They're trying to get in the building.
Once again, we're chatting and performing here in studio today. It's the Council Chords joining us in studio. Next song, gentlemen?
We're going to do a favorite of the horn section here tonight. This morning. Tim Elvis Cruz is featured along with Council Stadinsky on the harmonica. A little Blue Christmas.
All right, Blue Christmas, a Christmas classic here on AM 1460 from the Council Chords.
You ready?
Ready?
I'll have a
blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas so white, but I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. Come on, Scott. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white. I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. One more time. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white. I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
Anything but a blue Christmas this morning here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. Very cheerful in studio this morning as we have the Council Chords performing holiday songs and even more here on WXBR. You've performed 3 songs thus far. What's next, gentlemen? By the way, Studensky on the harmonica was solid that last number. We enjoyed that. We enjoyed that. We enjoyed that. What else we have, gentlemen?
It's been tough to keep Stud. You know, many groups are trying to get him.
Christmas in Killarney.
We have Christmas in Killarney for those of the Irish folks out there.
That's right. That's right. Ready?
The holly green, the ivy green, the prettiest picture you've ever seen. Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. It's nice, you know, to kiss your beau, cuddling under the mistletoe. Santa Claus, you know, of course, is one of the boys from home. The door is always open, the neighbors stay at home. And Father John, before he's gone, will bless the house and all. Our hearts are light, our spirits bright, we'll celebrate our joy tonight. It's Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. The holly green, the ivy green, the prettiest picture you've ever seen. Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. It's nice, you know, to kiss your beau while cuddling under the mistletoe. Santa Claus, you know, of course, is one of the boys from home. We'll decorate the Christmas tree when all the family's here. Around the roaring fire, we will raise a cup of cheer. There's gifts to bring and songs to sing and laughs to make the rafters ring. It's Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. The holly green, the ivy green, the prettiest picture you've ever seen. It's Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. It's nice, you know, to kiss your beau while cuddling under the mistletoe. Santa Claus, you know, of course, is one of the boys from home. We'll take the horse and sleigh all across the fields of snow, and listen to the jingle bells everywhere we go. Our branded fields, the clicking hills, and dance away the jigs and reels. It's Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. The holly green, the ivy green, the prettiest picture you've ever seen. It's Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home. It's nice, you know, to kiss your beau while cuddling under the mistletoe. Santa Claus, you know, of course, is one of the boys from home. The holly green, the ivy green, the prettiest picture you've ever seen. I'm handing you no bloody, no matter where you go. It's Christmas in Killarney, with all the folks at home.
I know that's a favorite of Councilor O'Stewart's over there.
So I'm noticing how the Council Chords work to some degree here as I'm watching your body language here in the morning. Jim Larkin is the musician of the group, no question about that. Mr. Monahan from Ward 2, he kind of directs everything where it's going to go. And one thing I'm noticing is that he might not know the melody or the words in the first verse, but once he picks it up, Jay Stewart is rocking. Once he picks it up, he is rocking. It's fantastic.
It's sort of like him on the city council.
Oh, okay. All right.
Irish drums.
I'm noticing that Jay Stewart loves the Irish tunes as well.
He does.
He's going to start drinking Guinness soon, and it's going to
what do
be
you
all
mean,
over.
start?
He said soon. He said, what do you mean?
We had a 6-pack before we got here.
All right.
Another thing that you don't see behind the scenes is the bickering and fighting between Tom and Tim, the two leaders of the band. They're sort of like Nigel Tufnell and the other guitarist.
Well, excuse me, what do you mean the two
Spinal Tap?
leaders of the band?
Oh!
And I do want to say, Peter, that being on in the morning, this is probably the most sober crowd we've ever sung to.
You don't know our audience that well, in your defense.
Mikey Pave looks like he's a little teetering.
Mike Pave is enjoying himself behind the booth over there. AM 1460, the new WXBR, the Council Chords. Do you have anything else for us this morning? We would love an encore.
We're going to play our national anthem of the city council, and we end all of our performances, if you want to call them that, this way.
We'll call this a performance, and they're going to end it with what is their anthem. This is the Council Chords here on AM
It's a little song
1460.
of redemption, it is.
Here we go.
I've been a wild rover for many a year. I've spent all me money on whiskey and beer. But now I'm returning with golden great store. And I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no day never. No day never no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I can get any day, and it's no day never. No day never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. I brought from my pocket and saw her in sprite, and the landlady's eyes opened wide in delight. She said, I have whiskeys and wines of the best, and the words that I told you were only in jest, and it's no day never. No day never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. I'll go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they arrest me as oft before, I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no day never. No day never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more. One more time. And it's no day never. No day never, no more. Will I play the wild rover? No, never, no more.
Merry Christmas.
That is the Council Chords joining us here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. Gentlemen, thanks for coming in this morning. We have to do this again at some point. Perhaps we'll make this an annual tradition during the holiday season. Maybe even we'll have you on sometime when it's not the holiday season, just to have you on. How's that sound?
Always a holiday here.
It's always a holiday here at WXBR.
Remember, whatever you do, don't put the word out first, or you'll be mobbed with fans.
We won't do that. That's the Council Chords joining us here on AM 1460, the new WXBR. And we're also going to have Jim Larkin on again, just us at some point, because we've got plenty to talk to you about.
Absolutely.
Folks, you're listening to the Metro South Morning Show PM in the AM. We'll step aside for a quick break. Mike Pava is going to bring us a local news update. When we return, Joey Kramer from Aerosmith is on the line, and he'll class it up a little bit. No, 1460, the new WXBR.